Hi, this is Cheryl with Weaver Livestock, and I'm here to talk to you about our new feed pan. This feed pan, we took a lot of time to design it to make sure it was the best feed pan on the market. The first feature is the grooved handles. So when carrying a heavy load, sometimes it can really cut into your fingers. So with the grooves, it helps alleviate the weight that you're carrying. The next feature would be our easy pour spout. This makes it easy if you are mixing supplements with your feed to be able to transport it and to dump it into another bucket. So this is the feed pan. We're hoping that you guys like it and that it sells well for you. Hi, this is Cheryl with Weaver Livestock. I'm here to show you our Total Control Goat Halter. This was a product we came out with in March and has been very well received by consumers who have already seen it. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the handle. It's made of Brahma, really easy to hold, and it helps keep the goat's head straight and trains them really well. So we hope this sells well for you. It comes in one size, but is very adjustable to fit many different sizes of goats. Hi, this is Cheryl with Weaver Livestock. I want to talk to you about our new product, hair dye paste. This pairs really well with our Pro Dye. This is mainly for sheep and for cattle and is perfect for touching up those sensitive areas that you can't get with Pro Dye or for any area that you maybe had missed. Just simply mix up the product and there's a brush and you brush it on. Hi, this is Cheryl with Weaver Livestock. Our new product is Hydro Boost Lotion. This product is for pigs, but can also be used for slick shear. This product is really great because it's very recognizable ingredients for people to know that they're safe for them and also for their animal. It has hyaluronic acid, it has shea butter, it also has Dead Sea clay. So all ingredients are really good for conditioning as well as just healing any scars or nicks and bruises that can happen with your pigs. Just apply the lotion after you shampoo your pig and then you can rub it in with your hand or also with a brush. This works really well. You can either leave it on for it to get the most conditioning possible or you can rinse it off as well. Hi, this is Cheryl with Weaver Livestock. One of our new products is our species starter kits. This is a request we've had from many dealers to come up with a box that has all the products that a beginner would need to start showing each of the species. So this is the box that they come in. They have our line art. On the sides, they have which pack they are. So this one's a cattle and it lists all the products that are in it. This is a great tool for 4-H, FFA advisors, and just anybody who's just starting out. Hi guys, it's Cheryl with Weaver Livestock and I'm here to talk to you about the new products that launched this March. The first product I want to talk to you about is one that we improved. We pride ourselves on coming up with innovative products, but we also want to improve the current selection of products. So for this quarter, we did the bucket carts. This is a product that is very expensive to ship and you as the dealer would know that. So we got our team together and improved it. So it now comes apart in 3 pieces and can fit in a box that can ship FedEx Ground, UPS. So I'll show you guys how to put it together. It does come with an instruction sheet, so if you have any questions, you can always refer to that. But it is really easy to put together. The one comment I'd like to make is these wheels, we are actually making our Showbox wheels the same way now too, where they come apart. We were having issues with, after a while and the use that they go through in the barn, they would come off. So the way we attach them now with a pin, this makes it where they don't fall off. Then the second piece just slides right on top. And the pins go in. Okay, and then the last piece just slips right on top. The great thing about having it this way is if a customer maybe has a small trailer and this wouldn't fit normally, they can take it apart also for easier hauling. So this was our improvement for 2019. I hope this really helps you guys sell this product. We were really excited about this change, and stay tuned. We will be making more adjustments and changes to current products to make them better. Hey guys, it's Cheryl with Weaver Livestock, and I am super excited about our mid-year products. We really worked really hard to have a bunch of good summer items for you for all the shows that you'll be going to. So I want to go ahead and just dive in. The first product I'd like to talk about is our purifying shampoo. This is going to be really recommended for pigs and for cattle, and you're going to want to tell your customers that it is for dark-haired or hide animals only. It is a black shampoo, so potentially could stain if they don't wash it out properly. But this is an amazing product. Jason Lackey and Kirk all tested it and really liked it. Really makes the hair shine after using and purify. So after they used it, they found that the hide was really clean and did really well for before clipping. So recommended to use with a foamer. It can be used without, but for best results, we would really recommend a foamer. The next product is Liniment. This was just a product request that we had, so we formulated it to match similar brands out there. This works really well for soothing muscles. It also can be used as a conditioning treatment. So hopefully this sells really well for you guys, but it's just all-purpose liniment. The next product is our new whips. This is our dressage whip with a tennis grip handle, so it's really comfortable and our really popular whip. It comes in black, blue, orange, and purple. The next product, we had lots of requests for a smaller muzzle, so we came up with our deluxe adjustable muzzle in a little bit of a smaller nose piece as well as the crown, just to fit those smaller sheep and goats. The next product that I want to talk about is our leg wool comb. Chad was really instrumental in helping us come out with this. It's essentially just our fluffer comb, but the handle is facing this way, so it fits in your hand really well for fluffing up those leg wool. The next product I want to talk about, and is really exciting, is our new sheep and goat spandex tubes. We updated the material, so this would have been the old material. Didn't have great stretch, and then we serged the leg holes. So for the new ones, we actually didn't serge the leg holes, and it's a really nice, just stretchy spandex, true spandex material. So I think these are going to do really well for you. The other thing I want to talk about is the packaging. On the front, we have the weights for each one, the recommended weights, but on the back, if you would take it out of the bag, you will see that we added the sizes, so what the measurements would be. The other thing, on the sheep ones, we added an extra large to help cover those really big sheep. The next product would be our sheep and goat leg wraps. These are a fleece material. There is 4 of them in a set, and they're 56 inches long. This is just a really nice fleece material that wraps really well around their legs. And we now offer it in 5 colors. All right, the next thing is our feed pans. Obviously, these have done really well for you guys in the last few months, so we were really excited to bring some new colors. So we added orange. So for you Oklahoma people, I know you'll be really excited about this, and gray as well. Okay, so for our supplements, the first one I would like to talk about is Gut Candy. You can listen to the training video that we did with the Gut Candy team, but a few of my own thoughts. This is Gut Candy. We are carrying it in 2 different sizes, in the paste and then in one of the buckets, the 10-pound bucket. For just a quick overview, I like to call it the animal plexus. I think that's the easiest way for people to understand how it works. It's just a good probiotic and helps with digestion. So hopefully this does really well for you guys. The next supplement I'd like to talk about is the For You to Win supplements. We are carrying their top shelf premix and then their 4A Boost paste. So the 4A Boost paste is for at the show, just to help with electrolytes, and it is recommended to give 4 to 6 hours before the show, 10 cc's. The next one would be the top shelf. This is just pretty much a all-in-one supplement. It can help with digestion, it helps keep them in shape. So it can pretty much just do a little bit of everything and seems to work really well, and we're excited for you guys to be able to have it in your trailer to have for your customers. All right, the next product would be our pig waterer. This was a really fun project, and we're just really excited about this product and how I really think this is the best pig waterer on the market. PVC pipe holds 2 gallons. This is Brahma webbing, and the cool thing about this is it is an adjustable to fit any fence. So whatever type of fence at the show is at or at home, it should fit on because it can be adjusted. So just hooks over the fence at the top. And then the part at the bottom, this can be, you take this off, and so you will put this on one side of the fence, and then on the back side, you'll screw this on. That way it holds it steady. We did this so that at shows, you're not going to hear that constant banging and clanging of pigs knocking it over. This should stay in one place. This has a filter on it, so to keep debris out, and then a cap on top to keep the water clean. The next supplement I'd like to talk about is our Refresh Crave It. So this is a really good high energy electrolyte that is great for show day and for those long hauls. It entices the animals to want to drink and eat the amounts that they are needed for that show. So hopefully this does really well for you guys. We are just carrying the 1 size. The next piece of equipment I'd like to talk about is our bucket rack for the hanging showbox rack. So this is going to be really handy for in those small pens when you have lots of buckets and not a lot of space. So this can be put in place of the hanging showbox. It should hold pretty much any size bucket. We put this bar here at the bottom so it can kind of help stabilize if it's a square bucket, round bucket. And I did test it, and I was able to fit a 2-gallon bucket. So should be really versatile and work well for you guys. The next product and final product I want to talk about is our expandable shelf. This was a really fun project. We have a new team here at Weaver called the engineering team, and what they're doing is any project we give them, they're looking at it and saying, how can we make this the best one in the industry? So we gave them the expandable shelf and said, how can we make this better? So ours versus the competitors has steel in it, so that makes it really heavy. Ours is completely aluminum, so it's a lot lighter. It's actually 10 pounds lighter than the competitors. The other thing was the competitor had the hooks on the end moved, so it, if you're not careful, you could dump it. Ours are welded into place for stability. The other thing is our handle moves. That way it's not a hazard when you're going underneath it. You won't hit your head. The other thing I want to talk about is we added a whip rack underneath. It has a place for 5. And then to expand it, all you need to do is press the button on the side and then pull, and it will expand. We also have a bar there that will stop it so that you can't pull it apart into 2 pieces.
Pig owners work hard to keep their pigs healthy. Transport, changing environments, and exposure to other animals can take its toll on your show pigs. Keep them eating, hydrated, full, and fresh during these high-stress situations with Pink to Purple. Designed for a pig's taste buds, Pink to Purple is the first isotonic protein drink mix for show pigs. It's more than just an electrolyte. A perfect blend of amino acids and sodium, when combined with water, creates an isotonic solution that fuels the absorptive cells in the small intestine to maximize nourishment. As a result, pigs continue moving throughout the show and have that extra eye appeal, bloom, and presence in the ring. Distributed exclusively by Weaver Leather Livestock, you can find Pink to Purple at your local Weaver Leather Livestock dealer or online at thewinnersbrand.com. Hydrate, rejuvenate, celebrate. Pink to Purple.
Quality matters. You work hard to get ready for the show. Let Weaver Leather Livestock take your show ring look to the next level with the Leather Show Number Harness. Handcrafted in the United States using premium leather in black or brown, this harness is easy to adjust for the perfect fit and is available in 3 sizes. You set yourself up for success when you feel confident in the ring. Set the standard for class with the Leather Show Number Harness. Are you looking for a pump sprayer that can keep up with you? Look no further than our heavy-duty pump sprayer. ProStaff approved, this pump sprayer can withstand heavy use in the barns, at shows, and during travel. Features include a wide base that ensures sprayer stability on uneven ground, a swivel nozzle that allows you to control angles and also adjust for customized spray patterns, and a pressure release valve. Pro staffer Kent Bennington said, "When I tested this pump sprayer in our barn, I was impressed with how tough and durable it was. Finally, a sprayer that will withstand the heavy daily use and be able to handle how hard we are on sprayers. The extra large opening makes it convenient for filling, especially when adding ice."
Weaver Leather Livestock brings you this exclusive blower by Cercatier. This blower has the high power you need in a portable 18-gauge steel body, featuring a lighted plug that indicates that power is flowing through the cord. 2 additional 3-prong grounded utility outlets for extra plug-ins, high and low power options for the perfect amount of air to fit every situation. It has an extra long 20-foot cord with 15-foot blower hose. Available in 4 colors with teal and gray colors exclusive through Weaver Leather Livestock. Cercatier 5 fits on Weaver Leather Livestock blower hangers and carts. It is backed with a 2-year warranty. Keep your lamb or goat clean using Weaver Leather Livestock sheep and goat blankets. Constructed with breathable, rip-resistant 1000 denier material, featuring a D-ring for secure fastening. It has leg gussets to allow for full range of motion. Black binding to prevent fraying and tearing. Available in 6 colors and 3 different sizes for goats. Available also for sheep in 3 different sizes and 6 colors, with options in both solid or mesh butt. Pair with our matching muzzles to complete the perfect set. Get your blower off the ground using our new blower hanger. Easily attaches to your chute and fastens with these 3 T-knobs. To tighten the blower, you'll tighten with this T-knob, and to tighten onto your chute, you'll use the knobs here. Easy to adjust to fit any blower, simply unscrew the knob, adjust, and tighten.
The Weaver Leather Livestock Stall Chute is the perfect addition to your show supplies. Its compact size makes it easy to transport wherever you might need it. The stall chute is made of durable aluminum tubing and easily attaches to a trailer or gate for convenient fitting and clipping. Pro staffer Kai Stierwalt said, "The stall chute is a durable, lightweight piece of equipment that allows you to work on your cattle in the comfort of your stall with ease. Whether you're working hair, clipping, or fitting, keeping your cattle standing straight allows for a much easier working environment." Besides saving space and not having to pack around a chute, we found our bigger cattle are usually more comfortable and content in the stall versus a traditional fitting chute.
Weaver Leather Livestock is always looking for new and innovative products to bring to market. We also look at our current product line and ask, how can we improve? Made in-house in our 20,000 square foot metal shop, our square and round bucket carts are a perfect example of our dedication to continuous improvement. These carts were expensive to ship and hard to fit in small trailers, so our engineering team found solutions that help not only our wholesale customers, but also our stock show families. Once one large piece, the carts have been redesigned as 3 separate sections that can be assembled and disassembled in minutes. The new design allows our bucket carts to be shipped economically and saves trailer space for livestock families going to and from shows.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, we're going to go ahead and get started here today. Thank you to everyone that has joined the webinar. And for those that are working from the road, we do appreciate you calling in today. As mentioned on the invitations that were sent out earlier this week, we've got a really exciting new product announcement that we're ready to share with you today. The development of this new supplement has really been in the works for almost 6 months now, with our product launch and social media campaign set to release here in early March. We've got some really important details and some selling tips that we want to share with our sales teams and our dealers across the country so that everyone is really fully in the know ahead of the product launch. This is Clint Scheck here, and today I'm joined with two other members of our ShowRite team who will be introduced shortly. So with that, let's dive into the webinar. Everyone joining the call here is undoubtedly familiar with the ShowRite line and our pretty much famous pink bags. The ShowRite feed line continues to grow each year with more and more customers seeking out the brand. Along with the feeds that are in those pink bags, ShowRite has also made an active commitment at the start of last year, 2018, to put an extremely strong focus on the supplement side of the livestock show industry as well. And we've been working really hard here over the last 12 months to bring new life and new products to the field. With that, as you can see on the screen, we've also revamped the look and the packaging of our supplement line to bring consistency across all the products here. Several of the latest updates to the program include the introduction of Sculpt and the most sought-after livestock show supplement of 2018, Swell. And those items came from our very own Jason Lackey. With that, Jason, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you do your thing.
Hey guys, yeah, thank you, Clint. So before we get into all of the specific supplements and the one that we're talking about launching today, I want to kind of give you a background of what our vision has been since we've gotten started. Our initial talks, as we began the supplement division and really began focusing on what we were going to do here was initially to create some products that would be very different, that would differentiate themselves in the market. The supplement game, there's lots of different options, lots of different things out there that can be offered. But at the same time, we wanted to make sure that what we were going to offer would set itself apart in the market, be different and unique than anything that had ever been offered before. Within this market and with our obviously our alignment with Alltech, if you will, our main focus was not only to differentiate ourselves but also to create a product that would help with the well-being, the health, and the growth of all of the animals, and that would ultimately allow producers and junior exhibitors to reap the benefits of what we were trying to accomplish with all of these products. It's been very, focused on heavily in our business over the last 2 or 3 years about the safety, the health, and the well-being of all of our animals. And so I hope you can share our thoughts as we show you kind of what our thought process has been over the past few months and what we're trying to do moving forward. A couple of the products that I'm going to talk about here. Sculpt was one that has really been very popular with our dealers, with a lot of the customers, and really, as Clint had mentioned, one of the products it's really taken off here of late. Sculpt is something that is very unique in its position in the industry. It's a very high protein product. And as all of you know that are involved, and I'm sure that most of you are involved hands-on with livestock at all these shows, compositional correctness there at the end of these events becomes very, very important. And as we start to push these animals towards the end to max them out, to get them to their end point, sometimes fat will deposit in areas where we don't necessarily want it to be. And so Sculpt is a product that we have created that we all use on our team to help define the places in those animals to make them more compositionally correct, to make them a little leaner, a little crisper in places that will give them that show ring appeal, that will give them the edge. Where we like to use it is just as a top dress, and obviously you can look at the label and see how it's directed to be used. Some people will feed it longer than others depending on the severity of condition that an animal might have on it, depending on what your goals are and how lean you want that animal to be. But this is a product that is very, very heavily used for those very reasons. I know it's very popular in the heifer world. We use it very heavy on the pig side as well, just to define those animals in their muscle, in their shape, and just really lean them up over the past, about the last 30 days of their show, before their show. The other product that I'll talk about is Swell. We first kicked that off and introduced that at World Pork Expo this summer in June. And when we did that, it was to say the least, it was complete chaos. Once people got their hands on it, once they started to realize how well it worked, and that it did live up to expectations. We were constantly trying to fill the pipeline, trying to have enough out there with our distributors amongst our group and get everybody all the swell that they actually needed. We told ourselves within a 2-month period that we would be able to fill the pipeline and slow that down. And I can tell you very honestly that to this day, our demand is so high that we just continue to work. Those guys at the plant just continue to work to try to get this stuff out as fast as we can, because our demand on this has been so very high because of how effective it is and how well it works. What this does, and I hope that by both these products kind of speak for themselves on the front of the label and tell you exactly what they do. But what this stuff does is it allows an animal for the upper part of their skeleton, the center part of their body, to just kind of spread and expand the last 72 hours and the last 4 days before they show. How Ryan Seitz will do it, how Cooper Newcomb will do it, how Glenn Martin will do it, and how the Eric Dragers and those guys of the world, how they will do it and feed it, can be very different. But I can assure you that the consistency that you'll see amongst all of them is they'll tell you that about 4 or 5 days out is when they'll start that application process, either by putting it in their water or putting it in their feed, and allowing those animals to just get that in them. And then once they do, you will start to see the expansion of the center of their body, the width and the dimension to the upper part of their rib cage. It just gives them a fresher look. It gives them a bigger, centered. When you look down the top side of their skeleton, you see a vast improvement in the expansion behind their shoulder, the freshness to their loin, and all those things change very, very quickly when you look at these animals and watch what they do. Now, as most of us know that feed livestock, one of the drawbacks to certain products that will allow animals to possibly gain weight over the last couple of days is that once they start to gain that weight, water retention becomes a problem, and they don't want to give that back up. The good thing about Swell is that they do just continue to excrete that water. They continue to give you weight back, and so even though you are putting it in them, even though they are keeping that shape to the center of their body, the center of their rib, and the upper part of their skeleton, they will still continue to give you water weight back. And so we all know as livestock enthusiasts how much more fun that makes those last 72 hours when you can continually make your animal better, but at the same time, they give you weight back so you can continue to push. So 2 very, very unique products. And as Clint mentioned, we do have a Q&A here at the end. If you have any more specific questions about that, we can certainly answer those. As we talked about it, and really the purpose for what we're doing today, the next product that we're bringing out to you guys, I do think, and all of us have the feeling with just the vibe that we've gotten internally and from a few people that have seen what we're doing. I think the next product that we're about to launch and about to bring to the public could be as big, if not bigger, than anything we've introduced already. The new product that we're bringing out is called Exhale. The biggest thing about Exhale is it basically, as it says in that first line, it changes the entire respiratory game. again, I will reiterate for those of you on here, and I would assume the majority of you are very familiar with livestock, having them at shows, how difficult it can be when we try to maximize them, push them to their full potential. We all run into problems ever so often that they just don't have the air capacity. They don't have the drive and the sustainability to stay out and drive for a long, very extended period of time. So, two things. Obviously, animals, for one reason or another, may have some sort of a respiratory challenge. Either A, because they just don't have it in them. And obviously, anytime you ask a 1,400-pound calf, a 280-pound pig, or a sheep or a goat for that matter, to get out and drive and do something unnatural to them for 20 or 30 minutes, sometimes that can be a challenge. And also at the same time, all of us have dealt with illnesses, animals getting sick during their growing phase. And when they do that, they can have lungs that are damaged. Hogs that always have, or hogs or cattle or sheep or goats, that can always have just some sort of a problem breathing and have a problem getting out exercising. For those two reasons, this is an absolute go-to on something that we use to allow those animals to get out, breathe, open up their airways, and allow them to get out and go and perform. It will, like it says at the bottom, open up their airways and allow them to get out and go. Now, as far as the application goes, it's 2 mils per 100 pounds of body weight. You can see it's got the plunger there on the end. And the way that we've talked about doing it, now, just like any other product, the application process, depending on the exhibitor, is going to be completely different. But the way that we think that it works the most effectively is to give this by itself, not with feed, not with anything else, because the way that I explain this to people, how it works and what it tastes like and what it actually does to your airways, and once you inhale it, once you swallow and take a taste of it, is it will give you just an incredible sensation, and you can feel it immediately, how it opens up your airways. I've compared it to basically taking about 100 Hall's cough drops at one time, and that's what you're gonna. If you get one of these tubes, I would encourage you to at least one time. You might not do it more than once, but at least one time, try some of this. Put it on the tip of your tongue and see what it does. It kind of helps you experience and understand the value that those animals are going to have. It can be given up to 2 times a day, or during the show, or honestly for general maintenance. So we will do that here at home. I usually do it, once or twice a week, and I will also do it, right before the animals go out and exercise, just to make sure that it's working, that it's doing what it's supposed to do. When we get to the show, and I can tell you, for example, I know some of my experiences here are hog related, but the experiences that I have with the people that I've talked to go across multi-species, and all those guys tend to agree with the application process and how we've done it also. But we'll give it a couple times a day at show to just continue to open up their airways. And, for those kids that are fortunate enough to go out, win classes, and come back and have to go back in for a division or a breed champion drive, we'll give it to them again. Just continue to open them up and allow them to breathe free and easy. And it certainly is remarkable what this stuff has done. The specs on it, as you can see here, it comes in a 30 mil tube. It can either be sold individually, or it comes in this very nice case like you see here. It's sold in 12 per case, and obviously the way this is set up with the way those tubes set in that case, to me, makes for a very nice display at a trailer. And once again, with the work that Zach and Mari and our marketing team have done, I think it's very sharp. I think that the way that it looks stands out, certainly. It contains that dose plunger, so you can dial that back, and it's set for 2 mils for easy application. So obviously, there's 15 doses if you're just given 2 per time in a tube. As I've said, it is multi-species. and can be used year round. As we transition into our marketing side, I want to say that if you guys have paid attention to what we've done over the last year, lots of ideas have come from our team. Lots of scientific ideas and formulations and things like that. But absolutely nothing could be done without our marketing team, and that the core of that is Mari. You guys have seen, I know, quite a bit of stuff on social media. Our pushes for different type of products, and the majority of all that comes from Mari. Mari is a very, very well respected in Show-Right and Alltech as a whole, and we're very, very happy to have her. And I'll turn it over to her now and let her talk more specifically about the marketing side.
Thank you, Jason. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us from whatever corner of the country you might be in. I just want to give a little bit of a blurb here about the power of social media. You've heard Jason and Clint both refer to these two products, Sculpt and Swell, that really, as we say, took the industry by storm. And tying the power of social media into that, I want to bring some numbers to your attention and show you how social media helped us do that and helped us kind of gain the traction that we did with these two. So we'll start with Swell. We launched this product over the summer in about June. And just off of Facebook alone, I did not take numbers off of Twitter or Instagram or our website, just Facebook alone. Through our social media campaign, we reached over 18,000 people. And I just think that's pretty amazing and pretty impressive. And with that being said, because of that reach and because of the chaos, if you will, that it caused on social media, it really almost, as we call it in the livestock industry, took or broke the internet, if you will, in our industry. We sold out of the product nationwide. I mean, we were scrambling to try and fill the pipeline, as Jason referred to, and it really was a little bit of chaos because the demand for that product was so insane. But that's a positive, that's a good problem to have in our mind. So again, the power of social media, that those 18,000 people really did help drive that demand. And we want to thank you guys for whoever took part, whether you are a dealer that took part by sharing our content on Facebook or participating one way or another, sharing it on your personal page, things like that. The way that formulas work on social media this day and age, we have to have interaction, whether that's shares, comments, or likes, for our content to continue to be brought up to people's timelines. So continue to have that interaction with us, share it to your store page, share it to your personal page, and we will continue to have traction and help you sell these actual products. And then secondly, Sculpt is another great example of how it helped us sell. And I took a little bit more specific numbers here instead of the actual reach that we had. I want to show you some of the more specific figures. So we ran the Sculpt social media campaign when we launched it back in December. And with that being said, within just a few days, 3 days after running that on Facebook, we shipped this product to 11 states. We had 38 online orders placed, and we had 64 dealers from coast to coast purchase an order of Sculpt and bring it into their storefront. So ultimately, as a whole, this increased our Sculpt sales by 60% just by sharing one video that was 90 seconds on our Facebook, increased our sales by 60%. I'm totally confident that if you adopt that into your store social media campaign, just sharing our content, it would help you increase your sales as well. So with that being said, we're taking the same approach, and we have put together a promotional video to introduce Exhale to the general public and to our users. So we want to use this video to help us gain excitement and really, really get people amped up about this product, because Swell was a huge hit for us, Sculpt was a huge hit for us. But to be honest with you, because of the efficacy of this product, how it works, and what a good tool it can be in your arsenal, regardless of your species, we really, really believe that this product works, and it can be even bigger than those two products have been for us in the past year. So with that being said, please enjoy the next 90 seconds of this promotional video, and it will be launched next week on our social media. So you can go on and share it like we've talked about and continue that interaction and help us sell it for you. So enjoy.
Wow, Mari, I've watched this video now several times since you first put it together, and each time I see it, it just, really, it's exciting. And for those that are on the webinar with us, we know that's got to get your blood pumping too. And for everyone that joined again today, thank you for your time. We look forward to Launch and Exhale starting next week, and appreciate all your support and appreciate everything that you do to bring Show-Rite and our new products to the marketplace. Any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to a Show-Rite team member, and we'll be certain to get you taken care of. With that, have a great afternoon, everyone. Thank you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Give you a little bit of background. The whole reason, the whole logic behind why Gut Candy ever started is that Matt's a sheep breeder, and my kids got into showing these things years ago, and when they did, as you guys are probably well aware, there's like 800 different kinds of supplements and top dresses and what have you. My kids were young. They were like 9 and 7, my two oldest ones. And my background is in ruminant nutrition. I have a master's and PhD in nutrition, and my daytime gig is that I own a nutritional consulting company for feed yard cattle. And so that's kind of what I do during the day. And I told Matt, we got these little kids that are bleary eyed at 6 o'clock in the morning going out there to try to feed these things, and you're counting on them doing it right. We got this table that has all this stuff on it. I think we can do better than that. What do you want to tell me? What you want to do? What you want to get accomplished? The hows and whys, and that was kind of the beginning. So, excuse me. That was kind of the jumping off point for Gut Candy, and what you, I guess not technically what you guys see at this point, but ultimately what you see in that pail or that 10-pound bucket of product is a direct result of that. And as I went down the road of kind of putting it together and developing it and what have you, Matt's background to some degree is in reproductive management, reproductive physiology, and nutrition as well. And it was important to us that everything that we kind of included, or the road we were going down, was sound scientifically. And that's one of the things I will tell you that I'm very proud of is that, we were kind of data driven and sound science and putting the product together, and it's worked out very well. And, consequently, today, I guess, especially for the context of an audience or a meeting like this, since that time, and Matt, maybe you can help me out. When did we originally kind of launch Gut Candy? Was that Denver in was it 12 or 13?
12 or 13. I think it was 13. It was Denver 13. So
yeah,
December of 2012. December of 2012 was when we got the first load of it. Was when we first went into production on it.
Right. And so, my point in saying that is that since that time, I mean, we were kind of first. I mean, in terms of what you see today, and there's been an infinite number of Me Too type products. You know, virtually every major feed company has come out with one in the last, I don't know, couple of years. You know, some more specialty companies that are mainly show feed type crops or supplements, they all jumped out there, you know, kind of a copycat type product. And, you know, that's one of the questions that you have to answer, that we have to answer a lot of times is, well, you know, what is this compared to that, and so on and so forth. And the fact of the matter is, at least for me, I don't entertain that question a whole lot, because the nice thing about gut candy is that it's a multifaceted approach to what we're trying to accomplish, and the vast majority of you know, the Me Too's or the competing type products can't cover the gamut of scientific modes of action that we're able to cover, and that's a big point, selling point, or just a big biological point in general.
So, I guess, Tony, in a nutshell, can you just tell us, like, what is what does gut candy do? Like, why is somebody going to choose this? Just so you know, most of us on the call aren't show people. So there's a bunch of us that are going to be selling this, but maybe don't know all the lingo. So I guess, in short, why is somebody going to purchase this product?
Sure. Well, the long and short of it is, for people that may not, be out there, every day messing with one of these show animals. I mean, we do a lot of things to really, to really challenge these animals in terms of their biology in relation to kind of, what can be considered quote unquote normal, because they're almost like race horses that you see on TV at the Kentucky Derby. I mean, they're finely tuned athletes. They're being kind of leaned on to get to a point of maturity as quickly as we can get them there, which is perhaps a little bit different than where they would be biologically. So what that looks like is, we need to get them to eat all the feed that they can eat every day, and not miss a day, not take a day off. And in conjunction with that, we need them to make the most efficient utilization of that feed that they possibly can, and not take a day off. And the spillover, the spillover effect of that in large part is that you got to manage metabolic upset. They can't get a bellyache. They can't have the scours or get loose. They got to be aggressive in terms of their feeding behavior, in terms of their willingness to get up 2 to 3 times a day and engage that feed trough and knock the bottom out of it. And that's kind of the pool of things that are critically important when you start looking at something like this. And we have found gut candy to be extremely successful in regard to all of those. We can get animals to eat more feed. We can get animals to eat more feed more consistently. and we can keep their GI tract or keep their gut health right to where efficiency of utilization is improved or is higher, and we don't have episodes of those things backing off feed. Because again, you know, for those of you that might be listening that don't feed these show animals every day, they're extremely temperamental. They're out of the best genetics. They're kind of wound pretty tight, and you know, some of them can be a little bit hard to deal with in terms of how they eat and the quantity and the duration and some of those kinds of things. Metabolic upset, getting them kind of sour gutted, getting the scours, those sorts of things, pretty easy, pretty normal occurrence. And we, you know, I would kind of tell you in a nutshell, we've been able to smooth all of that out.
Okay, cool. Would you say, I know one of the questions.
I will tell you,
Go ahead, Matt.
whenever we started this, obviously, like Tony said, I breed sheep, make a living in the sheep industry and somewhat in the goat industry, but mainly on the sheep side. When we came out with this product, we directed it at small ruminants. That was kind of our main focus when we started. Obviously, it's going to carry over into the cattle side because of just being a ruminant animal also. But we never really built the product to be used on monogastric animals, and Tony pointed that out in that information he sent in that email. The pig people have started using this, and the results on that are extremely good. We've had people on the horse track that are using it now. There's people, rodeo people that are using it. We actually just picked up a few more people that are, you know, just strictly horses and not anything on the show side. And as of late, they've actually started using it in deer to get them to also convert and eat better, just like Tony was talking about. So I think that's one of the main points that people who are out there selling this stuff and pushing it need to make, is this is not just a small ruminant product. This is not just a ruminant product. This is a across the board gut product for all species and all types of animals. I don't know of anybody feeding it to pets like dogs and stuff like that, but it'd work. We've used it on chickens. I mean, everything possible that you can raise, and we raise for show or pets that people are doing any kind of performance stuff with. And like Tony said, stressing them and feeding them and trying to push them and make them the best they can. It works on all of them. So we got caught up in that ourselves at the beginning. Like I said, just being a sheep product or goat product. But I think we've got around that now. But I still think there's some misconception out there in the industry as far as gut candy just being solely for ruminants and mainly small ruminants. So that would be something I would cover with dealers and customers and everyone.